Hi everyone, my name is Becca Carden. I'm new to the group. I'm a theater education major, and yeah. For this week's assignment, I focused on homeless people and kind of the poverty side of things of the social classes. And so I went with social media, and I had read an article titled "We Want to Help the Homeless, Just Don't Put Them in Our Neighborhood," and it was this article about how these upper middle class people were so supportive in helping people and things like that, but as soon as a homeless community was moved to being near their neighborhood, then they had a little bit of an uproar, and they were really upset because all of a sudden these homeless people were in their neighborhoods, and that wasn't okay with them. And it just opened my eyes to my own mentality sometimes of, yeah, I want to help, I want to help, I want to do all these wonderful things for other people, but um, if but the distance, it's nice to have a safe distance, right? It's terrible to have that mentality, but it's there. And so I posted to Facebook and my Instagram on how just asking the question of, why do we have this mentality? Why do we want to help but keep the distance? And I asked, would people be willing to house homeless people if they had been asked to? And people responded if they would be willing to house people or not. And it was 74% said no, and 26% said yes, that they would house homeless people if they were asked to. And I asked why or why not. And a lot of responses were, it's unsafe. They could be addicted to drugs. They could be addicted to or be mentally unstable, and so many factors where they wouldn't feel comfortable having this homeless person around them. And my little sister even responded, and her response was that she wouldn't house a homeless person because most of the time they're not even real anyways, where these people pretend to be homeless, but they actually are fine. And that got me thinking of how, even at a young age, my sister's, that's a good question. She is 13, I want to say, something around there. But even at a younger age, with teenagers, they already have this mentality that homeless people are bad, that they should be avoided, that they're not really homeless, or they got themselves into this circumstance and they need to be the ones to get themselves out of it. And really, some of these people have just had rotten luck. And so I also have this wonderful person that I came to be really close with on my mission, and I got to talk with her about homeless people. Her job is to house homeless veterans. She seeks them out, and she does her best to house them. And having a conversation with her was really enlightening, because she talked about how, there's these circumstances, but they can be avoided. You have to do your best to meet them where they're at. And I think that's the biggest takeaway for me, is if I were to have a homeless student, I meet them where they're at, their level, and I help them from there. And I think also as a teacher, it would be so important to actively try to break stereotypes of homeless people, because they're not all people who hold cardboard signs or anything like that on a street corner. Lots of them look normal, and they look like us, and they just have rotten luck with things. But yeah, just breaking stereotypes and helping people be aware that we can be kind and we can have them close to us as well. We can serve them at a close distance. And yeah.